Autistic Gamer 7, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build here on the channel. This one is using Get Famous and base game stuff only, so this is a build basically because of the fact that Get Famous recently just came out. I am already tired of repeating myself. This is like the third time I've started doing this voiceover. The first time I literally did the whole entire thing, and for some reason when I went to actually move the audio over into my editing software, it only remembered 6 minutes of it. And I was like, what? And no matter what I did, I couldn't find like the whole entire thing. So I tried again, and some things interrupted me. So third time's the charm. Luckily, the second time I didn't get like a whole lot far in. But anyway, so this build is, I do try to not spend too much money on this build. Originally my aim was for around 30,000, and then it eventually changed to 35, and then I looked and I was like, well, as long as I'm under 40, let's go with it. I am really not good with making builds on a budget. I am really horrible at it. I don't really like doing it, but I at least wanted to try, at least have somewhat of a budget on this one, because this is meant for people who are, they're trying to make it somewhere in the acting career, but, they don't really have a whole lot of money, so, they can't spend, like, a whole lot of money on a house, or they're, like, they had, like, so much money and they took a trip out this far from wherever they are, so they spent a lot of money on like the trip over, things like that. So I did try to stay to a budget, but my original budget was blown. Luckily, like, I didn't change it whole drastically. It wasn't like I was aiming for 30 and then went to like 60. I didn't like double it or anything, so that's perfectly fine and okay. Now this house was made for my Sims that are going to be part of my Get Famous LP, which I asked y'all over on Twitter if y'all would like to see me to actually try a LP focused on a pack for once, and it was almost unanimously everyone said yes to that poll that I did, and I had it going for 3 days, so I think only like 1 or 2 people may have voted. It only shows me like percentages, so basing it off the percentages I saw, I'm gonna say it was like 1 or 2 people that voted nah, and I don't know if that's maybe because there's someone that doesn't like my videos, or maybe it's someone who just gets tired of seeing LPs that are strongly focused on a pack, or maybe the fact that they just don't want Sims, as much more Sims on my channel. I don't really know. Maybe it was also someone just joking with me because they knew that it wasn't gonna win. I don't know. Either way, it didn't really bother me either way. I can't speak anymore. This is what I get for having to talk so much. I just got off of work also on top of that, so, it doesn't really help, but, whatever. So, back to the build. As of right now, I am working on the roofs. I originally tried to do something different. I try to always do something different with my roofs because I feel like I suck at roofs. So I want to practice new and different things with them. So I want to try to do different stuff with them. But as I started looking around the neighborhood, like, not just the houses that were houses that you can actually live in, but also the houses that are just as like a backdrop, and the ones that you can just see in the background that aren't really actually used by any actual Sims. They all had more of this type of roof. Like, they only use, I don't even know what this, like, the actual name of it is, but, it has walls on the 2 sides, and it's just like a triangle instead of, like, roof on all sides versus the walls on 2 of the sides. So I did decide to go with that instead so that it fit the neighborhood a little bit more. I did want it to look like a little bit different, but also fit the neighborhood that it was in. So that's why I chose to do the roofs like that. I still think, I at least didn't go like so simple with it that I used 1 roof to cover the whole entire house. There's 3 roofs covering the house. So, it's got a little bit of difference and a little bit of look to it. So that it's not just like 1 roof. Plat. Now, the building in the back of it is meant to be like a little home studio thing. Not like a home studio in the sense of like the acting career, because I feel like that's what a lot of people would assume. Since, you know, the acting thing was new and like you go there and practice your acting, it's more for the media production thing. So, like, you know, SimsTube or whatever it's called, and that sort of stuff going on. That's what I'm meaning it for. Granted, if you do download this house, you can use it for whatever you want. But I don't put anything but boxes in there for now because my budget was the big thing. So I'm gonna have to have my Sims like save up to get the media production station, all that stuff to actually put in there. But you know, you can do whatever you want with it. It doesn't have to be the media production. It could be a storage, it could be an acting place, whatever you want it to be, it can be. Now, in my case, the Sims that I'm personally having move in here, it is 3 siblings. There is one brother and 2 sisters. The 2 sisters are ending up having to share a room because there is only one bedroom, only 2 bedrooms in this house. So the sisters end up having to share one of the rooms. It's the one that is slightly bigger. Like, right now I think they look about the same size, but I do change the size of the house just a little bit because eventually as I get further on, I'm realizing that I'm spending more money than I realize I'm spending, even though I'm picking, like, not every single time am I picking the cheapest option, but I'm usually picking, like, among the cheap options. Like, they're not going very expensive at all. But somehow I am still up to this point. So I do shrink, like, the back half of the house a little bit. I shrink one of the bathrooms and the back bedroom, which is going to be the brother's bedroom. So the sister's bedroom ends up being the bigger one of the 2, so hence why it's the one that's being shared. But one of the sisters still lucked out, got unlucky and got, like, the smaller half of the room and actually doesn't even have a double bed. But the personalities of the Sims that I'm moving in here, I would imagine that she would be the one that would be most okay with getting a single bed and having to share a room with her sister for the time being, versus the other sister. If you can actually guess what Sims I'm actually moving into here, let me know down in the comments below. It'd be interesting if y'all can figure out who they are. They have appeared on the channel in some form or way. I'm going to let you know it's more likely a cast video that they appeared in. So if you can figure out who it is, let me know down in the comments below. But when I was editing a video that they were in, I definitely was starting to think that they would be really good for a Get Famous LP if I did do one, because of their personalities and stuff. And since y'all voted yes, we are now here, and they are now a thing, and actually in the world. Now, I do not have any screenshots. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and finish talking about the rest of the layout of the house. So, as you can see, there is a kitchen. The kitchen is slightly divided away from the rest of it, but it is technically connected and open with the entryway and the living room. And the dining, like, there's a little eating area inside the kitchen, so it's sort of like a dining area over there in the kitchen, but, you know, it's not a separate dining room. That is, like, the front part. That's the main part that you see when you walk in. There's the 2 bedrooms and then the 2 baths. One of the baths is bigger than the other. It has a shower/bath in it, while the other one only has a shower. But, on to what I was saying before. I do not have any screenshots for this build, and I do apologize. I mean, this build is not too big, so it wouldn't have been a whole lot of screenshots in the first place, and I actually do have this video going a little bit slower than I have been doing my videos. Most of my videos are anywhere from 5 to 6 times sped up, depending on how long I even go a little over 6 times. I don't like going to 7. I try not to. I think some people do, but I personally try not to hit it, because I'm just afraid that, because I'm not used to trying to do slow movements when I'm in build and buy. I've gotten a little better at it, but I'm not, like, totally great at it, so I feel like I'm going to cause someone motion sickness if I'm not careful. So, I really don't like trying to go up to 7, but I will go a little over 6 sometimes, and sometimes get sort of close to 7, but I never do 7. With that in mind, since this is sped down a little slower, it's not like you're not going to miss a whole lot. Plus, there's not a lot of details in this one compared to some of my other builds, just because of the fact that it is tried is trying to be somewhat of a starter versus actually being like one of my extravagant houses that I usually make. So, yeah. But the reason why there is no screenshots is because I was sort of so excited to start my Get Famous LP and start recording it. I actually, I built the house in another save and then saved it and then got rid of it because I was going to try to build on it again. And then downloaded it over into the main save, which is where the LP is taking place, and moved my Sims into it before I ever took screenshots. So, there has been some changes made inside the house. Not really big changes, it's more of me adding like things that they've collected and gathered, like autographs, and sort of updating a few things here and there. But it wouldn't have been so true to my actual build, so I didn't want to take screenshots of that version of the house because I didn't think it was going to fit very well since, there was some changes. Also, what I was saying in the first voiceover I did is I don't know how the signed autographs would work. When it comes to like Judith and Octavia, and I forgot the guy that Octavia's married to. I don't know why I've forgotten his name, but I have. When it comes to those Sims and getting autographs from them, I imagine it wouldn't be as big of a deal because, they're basically in everyone's game unless you delete them. As for all the other celebrities that some of my Sims are actually getting autographs from or getting selfies with, they're not in everyone's game. So I don't know how that would transfer. If any of y'all know how that would work in Create a Sim, if you still actually can download it and actually see the picture of the Sim, even though the Sim is not physically in your game, let me know because that would be really interesting, especially the ones that have custom content on them. I don't know how that would work, but I was thinking that would actually be a pretty cool option in all honesty, because there is, in reality, there's many celebrities, and honestly most celebrities you're never going to meet in your lifetime. Granted, Sims is a fantasy sort of game. You can make your Sims do things that you want to do or wish to do and you just can't do in it. But to add some realism in it, there's going to be a lot of celebrities that you're never going to meet, or you only meet once, or maybe you order a autographed picture because you actually can buy autographed pictures and never meet the celebrities. At least some celebrities. It depends. It varies. On the celebrity, if they will allow it or not, if they do it. But you can buy sometimes a picture and it be autographed, and you've never met them in your whole entire life. So that would be a really cool thing. Also, it'd be really cool that you can just add other people's celebrities into your game, sort of, even though it's just a signed picture. That would be pretty cool. So if y'all know if that works, let me know, or if y'all want to give it a try, I definitely could do a little wall or whatever and just post a bunch of my celebrities signed pictures, get one particular Sim to go out and get all these signed autographs from a Sim and place them on a wall and upload it to the gallery, and actually let me know if it transfers over to your game. Can you still see the pictures and know the name of the Sim? I just want to know how all that works, or if it does even work. So, that's something interesting to find out, and we could find out together if you want. Anyway, so it's getting sort of close to the end of this build. I hope you do like this build. It was really hard for me to do. I am planning on upgrading this build as time goes on. If y'all want me to occasionally re-upload this build as the group of people that are living in it, upgrade it and change it and add to it and all that stuff, let me know down in the comments below and I will do that. This build is going to be up on the gallery though, because like I said, I did save it in the process. It's just I didn't leave a version of it up somewhere for me to actually take screenshots of. I could go and take screenshots and just load it back into a new world, but I currently don't have a lot of time to be doing that, so hence why I'm not going to have screenshots still. But, you will get to see it a lot in the LP, so it's not like it's going to be Like, you're not gonna see it, and like I said, this is slow. So, but it will be up on the gallery for you to download and enjoy. If you make any changes to it or whatever, always tweet me pictures of any of my builds that you ever give, like, remodels to or whatever. I'd like to see how y'all do it and how y'all interpret it and whatnot. All of my Sims 4 playlists will be down in the description below, as well as my social media. My origin ID will also be down there. Like I said, find this on the gallery. You can search my name or my hashtag. I haven't given this build a name just yet. It's probably going to be something like Get Famous Starter or whatever, but as long as you search Artistic Gamer as the username or the hashtag, you should be able to find it. I'm also going to use Get Famous as a hashtag as well, so you can also find it through that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!